Whew. It is bright, y'all. Oh my goodness, it's so bright. Good Tuesday morning from Frank and Beans and me. We are just heading to McDonald's to get us some black coffee. Then we're going on the Realtor Caravan to look at a couple new listings that our team has listed this week. A couple of Anna Winsmith's listings. They are spectacular. I've already heard all about them and can't wait to go see them in person. So that's top up on the agenda. And I can tell you that I did take good action on what I said I was going to do yesterday, which was ready, fire, aim, right? And this is a quote I've gotten from the new book I'm reading by Jay Abraham. How many of you guys are familiar with Jay Abraham? If you are part of Tom Ferry coaching, you probably know Jay Abraham because he's really Tom's coach or Tom's mentor, however you'd want to call it. Tom, always talks a lot about no matter where you get, you need another coach and a higher up coach to keep you being better. And Jay Abraham is definitely part of his top inner circle, which is incredible because Jay Abraham's legacy as a marketing and business grower guru is truly unsurpassed. So here's the really exciting thing. And here's the reason I put a pin in Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. I've not abandoned it. We will finish it. We will have chapter reviews. Again, I just don't think it's really a drive kind of book. It's the kind of book I need to sit down and outline and get a whiteboard behind me and make out some notes. But it is a classic and we will be finishing it. Mark me down on that one. But in the meantime, one reason I'm super focused on Jay Abraham for the moment is to tell you all this exciting news. So if you're a realtor, you might have seen this ad or whatever because Tom's put some promotion behind it. But Tom Ferry is hosting a high-level mastermind in April. I think it's about 5 weeks away. That's going to be crazy incredible. It's just going to be Tom, Jay Abraham, and 40 realtors. And this particular mastermind, very expensive, several $1,000s. It's 2 days, and you had to apply to be accepted into the mastermind. You had to have certain things like at least $500,000 in GCI. You had to be ready to grow your business to a new level. You had to have full marketing in place. You can't just be a one-stop, one-man shop kind of doing it on your own situation. So a lot of qualifications were required. I did the application and was very pleased to see that I did get admitted to that. And so that's going to be in about 5 weeks. Cannot wait to tell you how that goes. But 2 days with just Tom, Jay Abraham, and 40 agents. Matter of fact, I think it even ends with a dinner or a cocktail party or something at Tom's house. So pretty cool opportunity. Really looking forward to that. So I thought if I'm spending thousands of dollars to spend 2 days in the room with this man, I probably ought to know something about, as much as I can actually, about what he teaches beforehand, right? This is what we just call doing our homework. You don't want to show up and go, yes, I heard, Tom thinks a lot of you. What are you all about? I need to come in there knowing everything that's his low-hanging stuff. I need to have that so that I'm ready to go deep, right? This is just how you get the most out of an opportunity. So that's what we're going to be doing.
Welcome to McDonald's. My name is Paula. What can I do for you?
Yes, I'd just like a large black coffee, please.
Any caramels or sugars on that?
No, thank you.
Okay, that's going to be 161 on the first window.
Alrighty. So that's coming up and I will report back. It's going to be exciting. But in the meantime, so I took one of his quotes. He said, we do spend and it's a fine line. I get it because I'm as guilty as anyone of it. It's like at what point you want quality, right? Because we're known for quality. We're known for our marketing for being unsurpassed. So we don't just throw things out there. But at the same time, you can plan it to the point where you would just have been better off to get it done. So he said we spend way too long with the theory of ready, aim, fire, and we need to kind of change our mentality a little bit to ready, fire, aim. And the point is, get something out there, get something going. It doesn't have to be perfect. Get it started, and then you critique it from there and you tweak. So here's what we did yesterday that's a very specific example of that. Our Fredericksburg, Texas online site, a lot of you guys have probably checked it out. If you haven't, please do. It's crazy amazing. That's fredericksburg-texas-online.com, but just Google Fredericksburg, Texas. We're on the front page. You can't miss us. This site, we have made a huge investment in this because we purchased the site. It's been around 12 years, and it's been a Fredericksburg classic for over 12 years. But the thing is, like anything else, it hadn't been updated because the owner had moved on to other pursuits and really wasn't interested in maintaining this site anymore. So we bought the site. and we have completely rebuilt it, which, if you don't know what that means, it means not only having your web people that you work with redesign a new site for you, far more than that, it means re-photographing the entire town of Fredericksburg. Because the photography needs to be consistent and flow for it to be really beautiful, and it is, and it will be. It's spectacular. It's already rolled out, but there's still a lot of coming soon slots. We're like, just throw it up there, get it out, get it live, and continue to work on it. So our thought was, needless to say, this is a very expensive site to run, and it brings a ton of value to the businesses who advertise on it. Those of us who advertised on it back in the day, 12 years ago, know the amount of traffic this site drives. Our B&B business alone, I think it was 3 years ago, and the site was already out of date. But 3 years ago, I think it was the dates I looked up, brought in nearly $250,000 of reservations to our B&B service directly from this site. I mean, how crazy is that? How could we not buy it, right? We had to buy it, take it over, revamp it, and build it up. That's what we've done. So, it's like, how on earth do you price ads for these, right? Well, you have to put your best idea to it and go from there. And my thought was, I'll be able to come up with pricing once I can see the site live. I'm not going to be the best at figuring it out ahead of time. I want to be able to know kind of where our pages lay out. So what you have on our site, for example, what we decided, there are free, or otherwise known as directory listings, which we need to have those on there because Google wants to know that we've given you information on everything, not just on certain advertisers. So, you know, if it was schools, hospitals, restaurants, yes. All right. Whatever it is, Google wants to know that you've given the public every option. So everyone will be listed on there unless they request not to be listed, which would be nuts, but people can be nuts. So we'll see. We list them on there for free. Then if you want to, thank you, if you want to have a nice featured listing with photos and more information, we said we're going to start at one price. And those will get like 3 photos. They'll get a link to their website, most likely. We're still playing with that. Thank you. Thank you. Then there are going to be what are called hotspots. The top 2 of every category featured are called the hotspots. And those, of course, are going to cost about twice what the other spots cost, give or take. And they're going to include 6 to 10 photos of their business, as well as a video that we're going to make about their business. Now that's going to be after the trial introductory period. So what we came up with is, you know what? Let's throw this out there. Let's see how this model works. Let's see if it works for our customers, and let's see if it works for us. And let's do it for 90 days. So what we're telling people up front is this is a 90-day model. You're going to sign up for 3 months, basically. April, May, and June. July 1st, we're going to wash our hands, go back to the drawing board, and say, we're too cheap. We're too high. It could go either way. We're going to look at it and see what value we've brought. And at that point, we're going to have 3 months worth of analytics, right? So you start somewhere, then you gather your data, gather your analytics. Then we go back to folks and go, we brought you X number of traffic to your website directly, and we can prove it from our Google Analytics site. So we go back and we show them what those numbers are, and at that point they can make a decision to either keep that position or switch to a lower position or a higher position. But what we were able to tell them is, if you take, for example, a hotspot, on the German food page there are only 2 hotspots, let's say, or on the, I think dining, I'll have to look again, dining may have only 2 hotspots for dining in general. I'm not sure they even change, which makes it even more valuable. And if so, if you take one of those hotspots in this 3-month trial, and at the end of it you're like, yeah, no way I'm giving that up. What are the new rates going to be? Higher, lower, in between? Tell me the deal. We tell you the deal. You will at least get right of first refusal at whatever the new rate will be. And again, the new rate may be the same as the current rate, but just know we're throwing darts kind of right now into the wind to figure out what the rate ought to be. So if you want to be involved in that, great. Reach out to me and we will get you the pricing information and what this beta, because these early adopters are going to be the ones given first shot at all of the premium, premier, top of the page listings. And this site, guys, this site drives massive traffic, and it's been driving massive traffic for, like I say, over 12 years. Now that you can see how pretty it is, it's going to be crazy. It's also going to do other things. It's on the B&B side. It's going to drive an extreme amount of traffic to our B&B reservation site, which is to the benefit of our homeowners, which is our top priority there. And it's also going to drive a ton of real estate traffic, as you can imagine, because we have a move here tab. So, but what I did, to get back to the point of ready, fire, aim, is I can't always do it myself. I have to surround myself with different tactical skill sets. So what happened is yesterday after our early meeting, my AC media team and I met we usually meet for 30 minutes to an hour on Mondays, but we met for a little over an hour and a half. And I was like, let's just crank it out. Now that the site is live, let's open the site. Let's start counting how many of these spots there are. Let's throw out one number, and then let's see what that looks like in comparison to what that value brings over this level. And we just started brainstorming it, workshopping it. And by the end, we all felt very good that we had a very good introductory level system, and we knew what we're offering, and we know what we're selling. That would have been difficult, if not impossible, for me alone to have done, but with a group, a tactical group that each brought a different skill and a different opinion to the mix, we were able to workshop it. Later in the day, we had some questions about like our team structure, growing our team, and how we want to have some special incentives in there for our team. So then I had another group of tactical thinkers meet with me and get the calculator out and say, how can we make this work for both sides? How can we incentivize what we're trying to incentivize without giving money away for things that is the low-hanging fruit that any agent could come in and do? But how do we give people an exciting way to see their future offering more opportunity than it does even now? But I'm telling you guys, you got to have tactical thinkers to do this. I left yesterday feeling on top of the world because two massive problems that have been weighing on me were solved yesterday. And so far, the results were great. I've already talked to one person who's been very adamant about reaching out, wanting to advertise on that site because she knows the value of it, because the site's been around. She knows what it's worth. I gave her our pricing models, and she said, you know, that's actually very similar to a couple of the similar type publications in my industry that I advertise on. So that made me feel good. I'm thinking, okay, so we're not just making stuff up. We are in the right range of where we need to be. So, you know, if you could put enough minds together, you got a better chance of getting it right. So what is it in your business today that you can ready, fire, aim? Quit aiming and spending all day plotting and planning. Get tactical. Throw something out there, see if it sticks, and then go back and tweak. And I think that's a huge lesson for most of us because we want it to be perfect, and perfect is an illusion. So throw something out there, ready, fire, and then go back and aim and tweak, and maybe do like we did and say up front, this is a 90-day rollout, and we're going to see how this ends up looking, because in 90 days, you may be getting not enough value, you may be getting crazy amount of value, maybe over-delivered value, but let's not even judge that for 90 days. Let's hop in, start a relationship. If you're on board with us and you want to be in the beta program, you will always have our loyalty, and you will be getting first dibs at whatever rolls down the pike. So that's how we implemented yesterday. What can you implement today to change things in your business? Let me know, as always. Talk to y'all later. Have a good one.